Previously on Dragon Age.
My boy, Fainriel. He's all I have. All my family. When I learned he had magic, I could not bear to send him to the Circle. But his connection to the Fade, it gives him nightmares. Dreams of demons speaking in his mind. I would rather lose him to the Circle than to himself.
Make him talk.
I can do that.
Andraste's great flaming ass!
Take one more step and the boy dies.
This is as close as I get. I'm here to help you, Fainriel.
Why? You don't even know me.
I've spent my whole life protecting my sister from exactly what you fear.
Is there any chance you'd help me reach the Dalish?
I've heard about the Circle of Magi outside of the Imperium, but I've never been in one. Are you certain it's wise for us to come here, considering who we're with?
There is a Templar who followed us. You must have met him when you entered. Kill him, and we can get clear of Kirkwall before the Templars send more men.
Better the death of one Templar than so many innocents.
Yes, let's murder a Templar. Surely that will help.
Oh, just a little murder, is that it? No. You did not aid your fellow Templars. Does that mean you're leaving the Order?
I suppose my side has been picked. I will tell the other Templars you killed Karas and I came upon the bodies. I will give a false trail to follow.
Don't hit me!
Ouch.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
I thought Templars only treated mages this badly. Nice to see you're branching out.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human! To me!
Anders, make her stop!
Let go of my friends!
How did you... Oh, shit.
You do know I cut a path through your abominations, right?
Good, good! The demons like spirit. If a few more Templars fall to the demons, we can seed chaos in their ranks. How many abominations can they discover amongst their own before it drives the Knight Commander crazy?
You're worse than a monster. Goodbye. Karen did nothing wrong. You can't strip his livelihood on the off chance Tirani succeeded.
Please, Knight Captain. I'll prove I'm loyal. Ask me anything.
My brother's a good man, sir. He would never succumb to a demon.
Perhaps it is best to keep our enemies close. We can watch him far better here than in the city. So be it.
This all started when Meren, one of our Circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous. Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women. I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him. Perhaps her disappearance is linked?
It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home.
I need forward thinkers to help court the Qunari. Those hornheads in Kirkwall have a powder that explodes, and it's just dust. No lyrium, no demons. Anyone can use it.
I felt it sting. Their ships fire thunder.
Get this right, and we'll be richly rewarded. Richly.
Alright, welcome back fellow adventurers to Let's Play Dragon Age 2. We have completed a lot of quests that have to do with mages and Templars, and now we're going to deal with some quests that focus on the Qunari. So I'm going to change up the party that we've had for a little while here. I'm going to put in Varric. I'm actually going to keep Fenris in the party because he does have a connection to the Qunari. But I think, let's see, I guess we could put in another mage, but we don't necessarily have to, so actually let's put Aveline in here. There we go. Alright. Now, first thing actually I'd like to do, I think, is finish off the mission called Duty. That was the mission that we were given by Prince Sebastian way back earlier in the game, and I think I'd like to do that. Plus we can open up the area of the Chantry, because as it stands now we can't just zip right to it, so I do want to open that up so we have access to it from the map. So let's go ahead and do that really quick.
Are you safe, Fenris?
No.
You know, some guards give people the opportunity to lie if it will keep the peace.
You can see what I am. Lie to yourself if you must.
Fenris is not a very political kind of guy. Yep, okay, that's the direction I'm gonna go. And, yes, that's a quest we will be doing later. Could be wrong, but I think Act 1 has more quests in it than Acts 2 and 3. Although we will be doing some DLC content in those other acts, so in the end they all may be about the same amount of game time. Let's see, now both Varric and Aveline have been need some significant leveling here, I should say. So let's do that. Yeah. Upgrade Bianca. Then for Aveline, fit her out with some more tanking skills. At least I think so. Or do we want some of her special skills? Let's see. I like Immovable. And we'll give Retaliation as well. She specializes in tanking skills, not beyond just the standard ones for a fighter, which is pretty nice. Between her and Fenris, I think they're going to tear the place up. And there's Sebastian.
Your family can rest now. Their killers are gone.
Excuse me, who are... My post to the Chanter's board? Did Her Grace let that stay? I thought for sure no one even read, but you say you've killed them. You have my eternal gratitude, Sirrah. It is comforting to think my parents might now rest easily in their graves.
Who are you exactly?
I am Sebastian Vale, Prince of Starkhaven. Her Grace might prefer I introduce myself as a brother in the Chantry, but I could not stay after what happened to my family.
Isn't that where the Circle Tower just burned down?
Yes. I believe that was part of the same strike against my family. In one instant, we lost our mages, our Templars, everyone my parents used to call on for protection.
Why didn't your family's enemies hunt you down as well?
That's why I took the offensive. Thanks to you, those Flint Company assassins are no longer a danger. I'm the last of my line. Unless I survive, my family will have no justice.
Who sent these mercenaries?
My family has ruled Starkhaven for 6 generations. We have enemies, but none who would identify themselves openly. A distant cousin of mine is claiming rulership now, but he is a bit simple. He can be no more than a pawn in this plot.
Surely you have a guess as to who was behind it.
My parents were always prudent. in how they handled our nobles. They did not allow rivalries or resentments to flourish. The attack must have come from outside. Kirkwall is our largest trading partner. I came back here to find support for my claim, and perhaps for a clue as to who is behind this foul deed.
I hope their deaths bring you peace.
Thank you. More than I can say. I truly did not expect anyone but me to take up this cause. Consider this in advance. When I have secured my lands again, you will be paid royally. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must meet with the Viscount and petition him for aid to a fellow city.
Okay, and I think we may have a side quest here.
That thing you do with your hand.
I can already tell this isn't going anywhere pleasant.
I bet that makes pickpocketing easier.
I'll try it sometime and find out.
Just try not to kill the person when you're trying to pickpocket them, Fenris.
I wish they'd let us help them. It'd be better than screaming.
Let's see. Yep, I think we're just dropping something off.
Bless my fool spirit, I never thought I'd see that again. Thank you.
Little money here, a little money there. It adds up over time. Okay, now I think this will take us back to the map, I think? Yes, alright. So we've unlocked the Chantry there. Alright, so now let's go to... Yes, out here. Okay, so... Along the road, a little while ago, we met that dwarf who said he wanted the black powder from the Qunari, and he thought maybe if he can hire us to get rid of some of their rebels, which are called the Talvishoth, he'll be more apt to sell it to him.
Winter? Do they hold competitions? Hand out trophies for the best scowls?
I'm not brooding.
Moping, then? You seem like you're a champion at it.
I'm perfectly content at the moment.
Oh, so that's you smiling. Glad you clarified that. I'd never have known.
I'm sorry, Fenris, but you are in fact brooding. Oh, another potential quest down here, maybe? Let's see. Oh, well, spiders, first of all. Let's bring down some arrows. Whoa, some Mabari Warhounds. We haven't seen those in a long time. Let's bring out our own, then. It's been a while since Loco's seen some action. Dead messenger. Huh. These look like outsiders. They don't have any names that peg them to any particular organization. I'm not actually quite sure I remember this quest. Interesting to see what's up. Grey Warden documents. Silverite thread gloves. Huh.
Messages for the Wardens. They probably paid to have them returned.
Okay. Let's have a look at these notes. I'm curious. The Grey Warden letters. Take the first boat from Amaranthine to Kirkwall, then proceed with all haste to Wysop Fortress. If the roads prove too perilous or blocked, our agent in Kirkwall can assist. Find the dead drop located in the alleyway near the Lowtown Foundries during daylight hours. Protect the letter at all costs. Warden Commander of Ferelden. Isn't that the hero of Ferelden? Vexus? Or has someone else taken that title now? I don't know. The last shipment was quite helpful for my research commander. If you could double the supply next time, it would prove most efficacious. Additionally, the information regarding the architect has proven invaluable. We have made several breakthroughs recently. As the architect surmised, considerable untapped power exists within Grey Warden blood. When properly prepared, its effects can be remarkable. But my research has also revealed some alarming implications, which I've attached in the old Acanthan cipher. I urge you to send this to the First Warden at once. I will conduct further tests as long as I am able. My documentation is very thorough. If time finally claims me, others may follow in my footsteps. Avernus. I think that has to do with one of the DLCs in the original Dragon Age Origins game. It was actually part of... it was a DLC I didn't actually do in the previous Let's Play. But it follows the theme that we did see with the architect,
Don't give him an inch!
in that, as it says in the letter, there is power within how the joining taints Grey Wardens, and that tainted blood can be tapped for some kind of power that has not been tapped before. Now, the exact nature of that we may actually find out when we get to Dragon Age 3. I think that might be one of the themes that they touch on in that story. Of course, that's just my... that's just me... a prediction on my part. I don't know that for certain. I don't think there's anything else around here, so let's move on. Looking for Tal Vishoth. Haven't found any yet. Ah, okay. I went the wrong way. Come on, spiders. Fall into my reign of death. Anything else of interest around here? Well, Evelyn's got my back. Nope. Okay. We will actually come to this little maze up here later on for a different quest. One of my favorites, actually. But for now, we need to do a little bit of backtracking. And, of course, avoid spiders. Although we can certainly use the experience. Okay, let's make our way down here. And... yeah, this way. Okay. Do I want to keep going this way? I think so. Nope. Dead end again. Although, there is another component here that we could use. I haven't been using any potions yet, but there are a few times in the game where we will need to.
I don't even wake Bianca for every threat anymore.
Someone just called out that we should beware of something. I didn't quite hear what he said. It was awfully far away. But I think he'll make an appearance pretty shortly.
No further, human. Tal Vishoth control these passages.
I am more than capable of meeting any threat.
So I see. I expected to warn a caravan, not a well-equipped tracker. The path ahead is littered with my kind. If you are as skilled as you look, it would please me if you killed them.
Yeah, he's a Qunari, alright.
Is this Qunari courage?
I am not Qunari.
Well, you're no dwarf.
Qunari are of the Qun. I am Tal Vishoth. So are the others.
but they murder and steal, and I won't. So I warned you. Now I will leave.
If they have offended you so much, help me go after them.
But I am worse. They don't want to raise their swords for coin, so they murder and steal. They cling to the honor they held under the Qun. My sword means nothing. I will sell it and myself as mercenary. Qunari would say I am worse.
It's one of the ways that the Qunari even the former Qunari, have a very interesting way of looking at what is honorable and what is not.
Do I really have to convince you to do the right thing?
I have already done more than was demanded, by my own choice. You have my word of caution, human. Heed it or do not.
The more they talk, the less I understand.
Yeah, that about sums it up. He says he doesn't follow the Qun, but he said that he was doing what was demanded, which is often what Qunari will say about their way of life. So, I guess even for the Tal Vashoth, it's hard to leave the path of the Qun. Old habits die hard. And by the way, if you happen to be, I think, a warrior, you may be able to talk him. It's either a warrior or if you have a aggressive personality, Hawke. It's one of those two requirements. You can actually convince him to come with you, and for the rest of this particular mission, he'll be your ally. But we are neither a warrior nor is Hawke particularly have an extremely aggressive a personality. Ouch! Please don't throw spears into my chest. That hurts. Ah, there it is. That's our javelin thrower right there. You can see where the Tal Vashoth are setting up ambush points. We are not a caravan. It's a staff in the magic box, although no one in our party can currently use it. Actually, that reminds me. I switched party members, but I forgot to check if anyone wants any of the new equipment I've picked up over the days here. A bit late on shooting the arrows there, but oh well. Alright, let's have a look. Can anyone use anything particularly cool? Any weapons? Plus 2% in gain. And now just stick with her current shield. It has the same amount of defense. Give her a ring since she has an empty slot, and a belt. And any new armor we should look at? Yeah, that's not a whole lot better. Okay, so no big changes in equipment so far, although I probably really should get to a merchant pretty soon and start selling some junk off.
Who has come so far?
I have come so far. Oh, more coming in from the other passageways.
Go down!
Oh, nice one right there, Hawke. It's nice when you get that arrow shot lined up so you can hit two or more at the same time.
Messing with us is suicidal.
Okay. Oh, that was some loot right there. Oh. Didn't know you could go through that bush. Learn a little bit more every time you play through this game. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but as you must realize, just as the elves have had a visual revision in how they appear, the Qunari have had probably one of the more dramatic ones. Again, I think for the most part I like the changes. They have horns now, something that our beloved Sten companion did not have. They explain the retcon by basically saying that some Qunari have no horns and are considered special in a certain way, while most Qunari do have horns. We will also see that there is a difference in the size of the horns as we go along. Also, technically, while most people refer to the Qunari as the race of giants who follow the Qun, strictly speaking, anyone of any race who follows the Qun can be called Qunari. So just another little bit of trivia there. And if you hear that thunder in the background, that's because there is currently a severe thunderstorm passing overhead as I record this. The enemies are way down there, Hawke. There they are. With traps. Let's see. My companion's got things pretty well in hand here. Man, that guy's tough. Let's hit him with some more special arrows. Man, that guy could take a beating. He was definitely the commander of that. Oops. Oh, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, Hawke. Forgot to disarm that as soon as you called it out. Yes, here we go. Better have... Ah. He does have some nice loot. Let's see what that is. Nefrapon... Nerapon? Something like that. Huge amount of fire resist. So I'm going to keep that around in case we run into any dragons. Hint, hint. Ah, silverite deposit. More crafting resources. Let's make some progress here. Computer auto-save, so I have a feeling we're getting close to the boss of this dungeon. And just to keep in, as a suggestion, I should say, there are some Qunari mages here, and I am running around because I want to find out where they are, because the Qunari mages can really mess you up. They can do huge amounts of damage. Although I don't see one here, so maybe we're safe. But I'm always paranoid about running into Qunari mages in the fights like this. They can have some devastating attacks if you just ignore them. Oh, there it is. Oh man, he got me. Potion time. Ah, die. Ah, thank goodness.
Killed the boss. But that dwarf was waiting at the compound.
Okay. You can see that the Qunari mage is referred to as a Qunari Cerebos, and we'll be hearing that term a lot. Cerebos is Qunari for dangerous thing, and that is basically how they see mages. If you think the Templars treat mages harshly, wait till you get a load of how the Qunari treat them. Okay, anything else to loot while we're here? Not that I see. We did just get a huge axe, so let's see if that's something that Sten can use. It is, but his current sword is still better. That's what happens when you use DLC items. Make our way out through here. This time we do have a back door to get out fairly quickly, which I appreciate. Alright, that brings us to the map, fortunately. Alright, so we need to go to the docks. That dwarf said he'd be waiting there for us, I believe. Once we had killed off all of the Talvashoth. So this will take us to our first look at the Qunari Compound.
Everyone always brings up the name.
I've not heard of Sir Aveline. Is she very famous?
Really? They don't tell of her glorious downfall into Winter?
Not to slaves.
Pardon me for saying so, but thank the Maker for that.
Yes, I believe Aveline is named after the Orlesian female woman who wanted to be a knight and ended up tricking her way or disguising her way into a knight's tournament and besting everyone, as was told to the warden by Liliana in Dragon Age Origins. But I assume she'd be tired of hearing that story by now, since she's named after her. Well, as I was saying, this is our first chance to enter the Qunari Compound, so let's do so.
Let me pass. I have business with the dwarf Javaris and your Arishok.
The short mouth, yes. Enter if you must, Basra.
There's that dwarf, Jaravis.
Ah, my right hand arrives. Summon your Arishok. The bargain is done. About time you showed. I've been here for hours.
Arishokost, Maras Shokra, Anan Isankun.
Lacune from an elf? The madness of this place.
Friend of yours?
Friend of no one.
Yes, well, that said, I'm here to report that your hated Talvashoth were felled, one and all, right? Yes, they were. So, I'm ready to open negotiations for the explosive powder, as we agreed.
No.
He's not getting it. Make your chatty elf say something.
Any insight that would help?
Qunari do not abandon a debt. I humbly request clarification from the Arishok.
I have a growing lack of disgust for you. The dwarf imagined the deal for the Gatlock. He invented a task to prove his worth when he has none.
Then we have wrongly inserted ourselves in your affairs. Would you have us kill this dwarf?
Wait, what now?
If you face Talvashoth, he is not worthy of dying to you, as he was not worthy of dying to them. But you keep good company. Let him live, and leave.
He had big plans for your recipe. I was supposed to get a piece of that.
Dwarf, did your imaginary bargain make promises on my behalf?
I expected your wisdom to be more profitable.
Then you will pay on my behalf.
It's not at all. Take your coin, take whatever. Hornhead oxmen and mongrel donglords, suck your own powder and blow your head off, sod it.
You will leave as well, human. There's no more coin for you here.
Well, that didn't go very well as far as any agreement, but at least Hawke got paid.
So few examples of true purpose, or even character.
Someone's grumpy. And sure enough, wouldn't you have it, the leader of the Qunari is the one with the biggest horns. This is the Arishok. He is a leader of the Qunari, but he is not the leader. The Qunari have a trifecta, or triarch, if you will. They have three primary leaders. The Arishok commands the military. They also have leaders of the priesthood, which discerns the will of the Qun, and they also have a leader of the workers. So, workers, warriors, and priests. Kind of the three basic divisions of any society. And that's how the Qunari are separated. But we can still talk to the Arishok.
Why do you bother me, human? The dwarf paid you. There is no more. Your kind thinks selfishness and want are normal. This city, all of it, leaves a bad taste.
If you despise this place, why haven't you left?
Since we arrived, I have seen nothing but greed and weakness. Dwarves, humans, elves, just festering. No order, no goal. You are one of the few I have met with any ability. And yet this too was random, a result of selfishness. I cannot fathom how a mire like this can be justified. You say we should leave, but how can you bear to stay in this chaos?
Why would anyone want to change it?
You like it?
It's a city of people living their lives, for good or ill.
Karistan are soldiers. The Qun made it so. They can never vary from that assigned path, never be other than they are meant to be. But they are free to choose within that role, to accept and succeed, or deny and die. Glory is clear and defined. You allow chaos for good or ill, but one is clearly superior. Can you see how that certainty would benefit this whole city?
He's free to choose to obey. That isn't contradictory to you.
He chooses to be, as do we all, long before any of your meaningless freedoms are presented. I am not the one to educate you. I did not intend to land here. But this city may demand certainty. I suspect we are done, human.
Not quite, because there's still a dialogue reel down here.
I don't think Kirkwall would do well under military rule.
The rule of the Qun is not military. It is discipline and order.
How is that different?
To your limited understanding, it is not. You fear soldiers that arrive to remove your pitiable vices. But they do not control Qunari. The Triumvirate divides and governs. One is nothing without the others.
Can you tell me about the other two parts?
No.
Then we can learn nothing.
I am no more equipped to explain than you are to understand. Arishok, Arigena, Ariqun, pillars of the Qunari, of the nation that must be. There is but one way to know these things, human, and I have yet to decide if it must be done.
You're a long way from home. Why did you come?
To meet a demand of the Qun.
Which was?
It is a matter only the Qunari understand. We remain until we fulfill the demand of the Qun. Or until the demand changes.
How many Qunari have you lost to the Tal Vashoth?
None.
That seems unlikely.
We lose nothing when weakness abandons the Qun. It is the Tal Vashoth who have lost themselves.
I met an honorable one.
Doubtful.
He said he was a mercenary, not a murderer.
Then I know he made no claim to honor. When they sell themselves, little remains. He is not even dead to the Qun. He is a living insult.
Well, like I said before, interesting priorities for the Qunari.
You guard your powder carefully.
It is a tool that can only be allowed to exist under the ordered authority of the Qun.
It could benefit many people.
It does now. Just as swords benefit warriors, but are not given to children. Well, your children.
Nice.
Farewell.
Panahedan, human.
The name is Hawke. Alright. There's the cheerful Arishok. And you can see how him and Fenris might get along. They can just sit there and stare gloomily at each other for a while. Okay. So, we're gonna get to our next Qunari-related mission. Although I think, let's see... Yeah, I need to head up to the Viscount's Keep anyway. So I'm going to stop in Hightown and sell off some junk as I make my way up to the keep. There's a Thenril still waiting to give us one of our missions.
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are
Oops. Just want to
duty hours.
head to the right place.
The scaring the piss out of me continues.
Barrick's trying to get Aveline to lighten up, but he's having some trouble doing it.
You want daggers? Got them too.
I know someone who would like daggers. Alright, so sell off what I'm not going to be using. Let's see. Yep, don't need that one. And I'm not using that one anymore. There we go. And I can get rid of the armor I'm not going to use either. Ooh, we got some better armor. I'll have to put that on. Let's do that really quick. Alright, Hawke, let's see how you look in your new digs. Oh, no, I can't do that yet. I do not have the proper... requirements. Actually, that is geared more towards a warrior. So, as nice as that looks, it doesn't have the kind of benefits to critical chance and dexterity like mine. So actually, I think I'll just hold out till the next nice piece of armor comes along. That requires magic. And I like what I got there and there. Yep. Oh well, just turn it all into cash. Can look for more interesting stuff later. Alright. Now let's head to the keep. So we need to go... That's the Chantry. Yep, we just need to go down. Heading down. Or in this case, down on the map, but up the stairs. The Viscount's Way. Now, hopefully you guys might recall that there was a notice that the Viscount was asking for people to find the whereabouts of his missing son. And we need to talk to his seneschal to be able to get that quest, so that's what we're going to do.